So I saw in the kind of Twitter streams various kind of critiques of the conversation here yesterday and the day before, suggesting that nobody had really talked about the money, or the lack thereof. So let me just kind of lay out what I see as a few kind of home truths on that front. First up, let's not rewrite history. In the forward view, we actually said that the National Health Service would need between £8 and £21 billion by 2020 in order to sustain and improve. And to be at the lower end of that range, we would need to see continuing access to social care relative to need. We would need to see enhanced effort on prevention and public health. And we would need to see transformation support in the way of capital and revenue. And we have memorialised all of that. It's the recap briefing that's available on the NHS England website, so everybody can see what we actually said when we set out our stall back in 2014 on the forward view. We made our case in the spending review. We have a U-shaped funding settlement, which, against a very difficult fiscal backdrop, I think can be regarded as good as would be obtainable under those circumstances. And so overall NHS funding, as you know, will grow from about £100 billion to £119 billion over this period. But there are three important consequences of the SR which are really relevant for the conversations we're having now through the STP process and things we've got to get right this coming year. First is that capital is incredibly tight. So as we think about our plans, our redesigns in the 44 geographies across the country, solutions that are heavy on capital expenditure, right now it's hard to see how they are going to be financeable. The second impact is that a lot of the improvement we want to see in new funding programmes, be it mental health services, cancer, other, the extra purchasing power for that, regrettably in some ways, but just as a matter of fact, let's be honest about it, a lot of that extra purchasing power is back-loaded, back-ended towards the sort of 2019-2020 period. And the third consequence of this U-shaped funding settlement is that this year now really matters. We've got to use 16-17 as the reset moment to get our finances, our performance back in a place where we can then pivot off to the rest of what this 5-year settlement looks like.